First of all praise be to Yahweh Yahushai. Double honors unto the elders of GMS, and shalom unto all the brothers teaching out in the four corners of the earth on the highways and byways.
I mean, it's 2014 now, and we've still got this John 3:16 thing not properly cleared up. I mean, this is just supposed to be like a quick lesson. It's not really that deep. It's just a bit of milk for the younger brothers out there. So yeah, if you wanna read it out.
This is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Calm. And then let's jump over to John 14 and 15. It's simple. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Keep my commandments.
And then we jump down to the 21st verse. It says this.
He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him.
Can't. You see that. This is a bit of a cycle here. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. If you keep my commandments, the Most High will love you. Now, who are the commandments given to?
The commandments were given unto Israel.
And only Israel. So it says, and he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and he'll be loved of my Father. So we go back to John 3:16. It says, for the Most High so loved the world. So who can this only be talking? If the laws are, if for the Most High to love you, you have to keep his commandments. But the commandments were given to Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's this talking about?
It's talking about the Israelites.
Khan.
Who are the Negroes, Latinos,
Native
and the
American.
Native Americans, and
No.
some scattered among.
Yeah,
other
because
nations.
you know Jake likes to have sex. I mean,
Exactly.
damn, the brother from the London camp always talks about how in Dagenham you got a load of mixed race babes out there, and I'm starting to see it myself. I'll be walking left and right, and I'm seeing a black man, white child. So that's what Jake likes. Jake likes his white girls these days, and women of the other nations. So, Israel is scattered among the four corners of the earth.
But yeah,
Yes.
To go back straight to the point, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoso believe in him shall not perish and have everlasting life. So like, in terms of that word world, it comes from the Greek, which if you can get,
With the word world up.
yeah, it's cosmos,
Can't.
which overall it says an harmonious arrangement or constitution, an order or a government.
Cool.
Now, if we look back into what one is, it's a it's a small congregation of
Go on,
people in order.
I mean, because if you look at all of these definitions there, they're just being. I mean, there's a word. It's highfalutin. I mean, you don't need all of this. You can go straight to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
And just say a particular sect, or a particular sect, and that means a group of people.
Yeah, exactly. It's a specific congregation of
The
people.
congregation, can't.
Because at the same time, in parts of the Old Testament, even starts off by actually saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
Can't.
Which means through in that chapter speaking about specific parts of the Bible in the Old Testament, speaking of the law,
And
it specifically applies to the people of Israel.
can't. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, that was a cold cut. So that's John. And even okay. So what people, Christians, some Christians that say they read the Bible will say, yeah, no, but that was in the Old Testament.
Exactly.
When they say Jesus, we know his name is Yahweh Shai. So I'm just gonna say Yahweh Shai. They don't know his name is Yahweh Shai. So, but when they say Yahweh Shai, he came in this New Testament. He switched things up. Things weren't the same, but the scriptures say I am the Lord. I changed them. It's talking about the Most High, so he won't change who he gave his love and commandments and statutes to. So, like I said, they say that Yahweh came, switched things up, and now everyone can be saved. So let's hit up Matthew 1:21.
This is Matthew 1:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh, for he shall save his people from their sins.
His people being the key word there. In fact, since we're here, let's go to Acts 1. Where is Acts 1 and 6? Oh, okay, it says Acts 1 and 6. How do you want to read it up?
Acts 1:6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
To who?
To Israel. The kingdom is the rulership
Calm.
unto Israel.
Right. And damn, let's switch back all the way down to Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter.
This
7 and
is
6.
okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the earth.
Can't. Since we've you said above all the other people, let's just jump to Isaiah 40 and 15 quickly. Can I just read this one?
Go on.
It says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are as counted as small dust of the balance. Behold, he hath taken up the isles as a very little thing. It's talking about the other nations. Now, I mean, if you've got a full bucket of water, right? Like, you know how they do whenever they show you those WaterAid adverts.
Yeah.
You've got the old African woman, or rather Hamite, let's be correct. The old Hamite, old Hamite, with water in a bucket. If she drops a drop of water from that bucket, is she going to be feeding?
Nah.
Is this going to be like, damn, it's a little drop, fuck it, I'll carry on. Excuse my French.
Exactly. So yeah, like, you know what I mean? It says that all the other nations are as a drop of a sorry. Can you
Deuteronomy 7,
yeah, exactly. So, you know what I mean? It means if we compare it to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, where speaking of the actual Israelites, you can see there's a big line between who are special and who are not. And we, being Israelites, are his chosen people. And as it says in the scripture, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. So in truth, you know, the actual Lord, in truth, has love only for Israel.
And you know, if you read on further down, it goes into this.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any other people, for ye were the fewest of all people. You know what I mean? But because the Lord loved you,
and that's the point, because the Lord loved you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the Lord loved the world in this this English context, and because, you know, there's a saying, English is a bastard tongue. You know, if this was really and truly, this should read, for the Most High so loved the children of Israel. But, you know, they sort of, it's not going off, but it's sort of, it's written cryptically like that for a purpose, and that purpose is so that not everyone gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. I mean, before we started recording, was talking about how we came into the truth, and then the way we could have easily not. I mean, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that we stuck, and we get an understanding. We're starting to grow a proper understanding of the truth. Because I mean, damn, we both came in with people, and then we just talking about where those people now. You know, they're not really in it and stuff like that, and it's also the way that we could have very easily been like, nah, like, this isn't for me, or bucked up against the truth and whatever. So, you know, let's let the scriptures talk. And, you know, you said earlier, Rock, that there's a clear distinction of who the Most High loves and who the Most High doesn't love. But then there's that one group of people
that the Lord hated.
Oh, let me. What is that? People that the Lord had indignation forever.
Romans.
Indignation forever. God, I've forgotten where this is. Sluck. And my internet's acting slow.
Do you know, in fact, we can just straight away go into the book of the Romans, chapter 9 and 13.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Which it clearly just says who the Lord hates and who the Lord loves. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau I have hated.
Simples.
Do you know what I mean? Like, right there in that scripture, it clearly, again, draws a big line in between who we loved and who we hated.
And also, if we can just say this slightly, we was talking about how they switch things up in the Old Testament and New Testament. It says, as it is written. Written where? Written in the Old Testament.
Exactly.
As we've got up here, it says Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob. And that's where where that reference is coming from. And you know, this is just been a quick milk lesson here.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna close up. Give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and byways, pushing the truth and sincerity and honesty.
Shalom.
Shalom.